into a brand new wave, drowning out the noise that's tame. Liberty whispers through the brave, breaking free from every chain. Nullify the rules they crave, crypto beats that pave the way. Anarchy with minds that's safe, algorithms new dawn today. Out of bounds and out of sight, building futures pure and bright. Escape the grip and win the fight. Welcome into the legacy ride. Beyond control we take a stand, casting off the ardent brand. Freedom flowing through our hands, revolution's our command. Decentralize the way we plan, all together we expand. Breaking shackles for the clan, in this journey we're on pan. Out of bounds and out of sight, building futures pure and bright. Escape the grip and win the fight. Welcome into the legacy ride.
Looking all around, all we see is clouds, darkening within the abyss. As the storm lets loose on my shit, it's another hit or a miss. As always, I fail, so I quit. Drop one last cast of line as I fish for the words to articulate quick. Freestyle from my mind with one last wish. Give me the strength, navigate current of my soul through the airwaves. Navigate current of my soul through the airwaves.
Welcome. It's Tuesday, April 29th. I am Captain James Tiberius Kirk of the USS Enterprise, and I welcome you to Legacy News. I am the legacy of Jennifer Kaiser. I am Zachary Kaiser. This is my number one, William Riker. We've switched. I am James Kirk. He is William Riker. We've combined both shows. The Next Gen and the original series have come together. But that is Andrew Joseph. Welcome in.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Your audio is very, very loud in my ears. We have some old news for you. It's new, but it's old, and I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but this old news, we're not going to be around next year.
Oh no, not Y2K. No, it's not that old. It's a video from about 6 years ago, but I was kind of talking about it on Crypto Wednesday last week, and I just wanted to bring it up to everybody's attention because you might not be aware. There has been some color-coded revolutionary shit going on in the Linux space, and I figured this would be kind of important for people to know about, so I figured I'd throw it out there and let you all be aware.
let's jump on. This is from the quartering. Go like, subscribe if you haven't already. If you haven't already, you're probably living under a rock. But this comes from the quartering. This is about 6 years old, but it is very relevant for today, especially for today, because the war starts in the cyber network. That's the
Well, I
new
mean,
war will always be. I mean, they're flooding your Facebook feed with bots, dude.
yeah. Just think about it. Everybody's saying, "Oh, we gotta go to Linux now. We gotta go to Linux now." It's well, I mean, like I said, this video is 6 years old, so
Well,
just keep that in
you
mind
s-
when you people talk
yeah,
about Linux.
you say that we got to go to Linux, we got to go to Linux. I say touch fucking grass. We got to go, we got to become Luddites.
Mm,
Technology, not it's not truthful, it's not honest. As I get older, I'm becoming very Luddite. Ludit, Luddite, Luddite, Liditic.
it
I'm
ain't
making
no
up words.
Lewinsky.
Anyways, what I'm saying is perhaps maybe we should all go off grid, get away from technology, go back to the simpler time where we actually, how to use these to survive.
Or just
Grow
old
your
fashioned greasy social engineering.
yeah, go grow your own food, go hunt, go raise your own livestock, go raise your families, uh, get off the grid network, because honestly, what we're about to watch, this could be used not just in the Linux sphere, but in other networks in accordance towards your power grid.
Let's
Start
jump
collecting,
right into it. We'll find
yeah,
out why you
start
need clean
collecting,
rainwater.
yeah.
Linux powers a vast majority of the internet. The most common way you might have encountered Linux is most WordPress servers, most web host servers out there are Linux when possible because they are fast, powerful, and affordable. My personal website and almost all of my client websites run on Linux based either virtual private servers or dedicated servers. And we're in some real trouble here. There's a battle going on in the Linux community that affects almost everyone who uses the internet, not just the actual developers who contribute to the open source of Linux. Now, if you aren't really aware what Linux is, just think of it as a open source alternative to Windows or Mac OS. This is an oversimplification. However, that's really not what the story is. If you want to learn more about Linux, that's up to you. Many of you already know what it's up to. It's a free operating system. It's fun to tinker around with, even as a casual fan. And it's gotten better and better and better over the years. My first experience with it was probably more than a decade ago, just having fun getting dual boot set up and going through all the trials and tribulations of just getting a scanner or a printer to work. Today, it's become much better than that. And there's been a new code of conduct enforced on the community that it does not like. And where things get really interesting is if you had been a contributor to the Linux kernel over the years, uh, you technically own that piece of code. And in an updated statement today, two of the biggest voices in the Linux and the open source community, both Eric S. Raymond and Richard M. Stallman, came out and said that this kill switch threat is real, that if they do not rescind or appease those who are pushing back against the SJWs who want to have this sort of thing enforced, they will rescind their code, uh, essentially crippling Linux for a very long time. We're talking catastrophic results. And the best article on it, the one that's been updated the most often, is the one on lulz. And here we talk about an update as of today that the threat has teeth. Linux powers the internet, Android and perhaps some of your household appliances. Controversy over politics is now seeing some of its developers threatening to withdraw the license to all of their code, potentially destroying or making the whole Linux kernel unusable for a very long time. There's been an open letter posted to the Linux kernel mailing list saying, please unfuck our code of conduct. Regarding those who are ejected from the Linux kernel community after this code of conduct, contributors can at any time rescind the license grant regarding their property via written notice to whom are rescinding the grant from. The GPL version 2 lacks a no rescission clause. The GPL version 3 has such a clause to attempt to furnish defendants with an estoppel defense. The Linux kernel is licensed under version 2. However, as are the past contributions. When the defendants ignore the rescission and continue using the plaintiff's code, the plaintiff can sue under the copyright statute. Banned contributors should do this. Additional, when said banned contributors joined the Linux team, they were under the impression that it was a meritocracy. In fact, this belief was stated or ratified by those within the governing body regarding Linux when the contributors began their work. Whatever that body was at the time, it could have always been simple Linus or Linus and a few associates. The remuneration of the work was implied to be, or perhaps stated in to be in fame as well as potential increase in the contributor's signature, in addition to membership in the Linux kernel club or association. Max Kern reporting that it's interesting. Apparently, Linux kernel devs can revoke their contributions to the kernel. This gives them some protection in case they are caught up in arbitrary or false code of conduct rulings or ejections from the community. Then they share the Linux kernel, which is basically the code, is licensed under their GPL2 version. Under normal circumstances, that what this license entails is that the code can freely be copied and distributed. The thing that becomes confusing is that whoever authored the code still owns the actual copyright for the code they contributed. Some projects under GPL, like Emacs, have a smart policy where the maintainers will not accept your code unless you turn over complete control of the copyright. Since you own the copyright and are merely licensing it under the GPL, you can technically remove that license at any time. If this threat is put into action, ramifications could include large parts of the internet being left vulnerable to exploits, and companies around the world might even inherit bundles of unwanted legal liabilities. As promised, Laws.com reached out to a variety of the experts, and some of the results are Richard M. Stallman sent over an email that he says that the license revocation plan is misguided. ESR, on the other hand, told Linux kernel mailing list that he thinks the plan is viable. He continues, first, let me confirm that this threat has teeth. I researched the relevant law and was founding the open source initiative. In the US, there is case law confirming that reputational losses relating to conversion of the rights of the contributor to a GPL project are judicable in law. So why is all this happening? If you haven't fallen asleep yet. Activists from the feminist and LGBTQ LMNOP community have been trying to force Linux project to join the Contributor Covenant since at least 2015. The Contributor Covenant is an agreement to implement a special code of conduct, frequently COC or COC, aimed at changing the predominantly white, straight, and male face of programming. CC's code of conduct is controversial, particularly because it allows anyone to be banned from contributing code for any reason, usually with no mechanism or oversight for accountability. On September 16th, the pro-COC side got their wish. How this happened in a very strange story of its own. And you can read about Linus Torvalds' departure and things like that. Linux had officially committed to implementing and obeying CC's code of conduct, and they immediately set about using it to remove top Linux coders. Sage Sharp, who describes thyself as a diversity and inclusion consultant, Hufflepuff non-binary agender transmasculine, has 7,000 followers. cites Geek Feminism Wiki and targets Google's Theo Tees with accusations of being a, quote, rape apologist, which, by the way, is against the terms of service. Many Twitter users pointed out the apparent irony. When doing so, calling someone that is harassment and in violation of the new COC. Interesting.
I dropped from 198 to 147 in just a few weeks, and all I did was make the real pink salt recipe.
Per the new Linux Code of Conduct, unacceptable behavior includes insulting and derogatory comments and personal or political attacks. It seems to me as though calling another contributor a apologist fits both criteria. This is why social justice ruins everything, right? They care more about being right than doing the right thing. They come in. Several users on 4chan's technology board speculate that Theo is targeted first because he famously resisted an Intel backdoor. I'm so glad I resisted pressure from Intel engineers to let dev/random rely on only RDRAND instruction, to quote the article below. By this year, the Signet enabling project had found ways inside some of the encryption chips that scramble information for businesses and governments, either by working with chip makers to insert backdoors. The Code of Conduct replaces Linux's earlier Code of Conduct, which asks for civility without having political implications. This change is widely condemned by developers, and opposition has generated thousands upon thousands of posts in 4chan's technology board alone. The insertion of the cock into the other projects has heralded witch hunts where good contributors are removed over trivial matters or even events that happened a long time ago, like Larry Garfield, a prominent Drupal contributor who was purged after it was discovered that he had a fetish where women were submissive. Ooh, how would you kink shame such a man? Again, it forces the acceptance of contributions that wouldn't make the cut if made by cis white males. On the other side of the aisle, arguments for CC's Code of Conduct include fostering an inclusive and safe space for the women and LGBTQ, LMNOP, people of color. You know what's interesting to me? You're going to want to keep an eye on Linux. You know, when you're a developer, why do you even have to share your identity at all? You can just be an avatar and contribute your kernel, right? You can contribute your upgrades and things like that. Development is and always has been a meritocracy when it works best. And the idea that you're going to go in and start screwing with something as viable or as important as the Linux kernel, which runs your Android smartphone, which runs many, many thousands of web servers, and the open source project, things like Drupal, things like WordPress. These are all open source softwares that are not only free, but they're also very good for the most part because of repeated use of meritocracy in getting code inserted, doing plugins, add-ons, making sure that only the best passes all the tests. Now, if you're using any other circumstance of that, well, now we have a problem for Linux users. And it's going to be interesting to see because I think I buy this threat. I think that we could be facing a real standoff here in the Linux community. And I applaud those developers who want to stand up against this type of tyranny. And to be honest, if they pull their code, it will directly affect my day job. And I don't even care because they're right. We'll have to see if they pull the switch.
Is that it? That was it?
That's it. That was just, like I said, this is pretty old now, this video, but it's kind of important to be aware that, they've been trying to get their hands into every little cookie jar that they can to seize control for a long time.
Who is they?
Well, he said it's social justice warriors, but It's the people who have, influence over an ever expanding surveillance state. Let's put it that way.
But that doesn't answer my question. Who are they? Who are these surveillance state apparatus peoples? I mean, is it Israel? Is it Russia? Is it
Well,
Canada? It's Canada, isn't it?
it's
You said
Canada. Yeah, it's Canada.
you said
Actually,
SJWs, Canada.
yeah.
I knew
So
it.
basically,
Those damn
people that
Canadians.
operate SC.
Actually, surprisingly enough, wasn't Linux like developed originally in Canada?
I don't believe it was Canada originally. I think it was it probably was the United States, but I could be wrong.
Mm. Oh, I was just curious. I was also trying to make a funny, but because everything's coming out of Canada.
Yeah.
That's free speech. Rumble.
Actually, now that you asked that, let me look that up right now, and I'll give you an answer.
Actually, yeah, let's look that up. Look it up. Look it up. While he looks that up, everybody, we got a new page that we're trying to start up. If you like our content, want to share it to the world, want to support us, want to be a part of it, that's the plan that we want, man. For as little as basically not even a cup of coffee, because everything has gone skyrocket. $2.50 a month, you can support us and just help us continue doing this. But for $5 a month, we can get you some extra things, because we want to have behind the scenes content for you, exclusive, to discuss anything and everything, from just being wacky and goofy to actual intellectual pursuits that might not be recorded, might be recorded. Regardless, it's behind the scenes. So we want to try to get some things out for you. So check that link below. And I got a plug, man. It's the legacy right time. It's time to build a legacy, and let's build a legacy with you.
So Unix, which was the original operating system that Linux is based off of, was founded in the United States. But then Linus Torvald, who created Linux in 1991, he was in Finland when that happened.
Oh, it's the dang Finns. Those northern peoples. I almost said Scandinavia, but Finland's not part of Scandinavia.
Yeah. It was
actually I do trust the Finns. I mean, anybody that can go toe to toe with the Red Army for like 5 or 6 months and use the winter as cover, you got respect in my book. So
it says right here on Google's AI overview that it was founded in AT&T's Bell Laboratory in New Jersey in 1969.
Why don't you share that? Let's bring it up. So yeah, I don't trust you. You might be deep state.
Okay. I thought I was kind of retarded. So
well, that's the brilliance. That's the brilliance of it. So it is United States.
Post France,
so,
yeah.
Why does he keep on saying it's the SJWs? What does SJW mean in this context anymore?
Well, because I know what I sent you, because that's what the one YouTube channel from MSNBC was trying to imply. But social justice warrior.
That it's the Judes.
I mean, hey, I'm not the one that said it.
I mean, that's the narrative anymore in today's society. I mean, everything is grayed up into this. It's grayed up into this black-white scenario of disbelief, to kind of fake out your mind. Everything is left. Everything is right. You have to pick a side. I don't like that, because there's more to this than just a bunch of lame, nerdy little social justice warriors saying, well, we got to make things better for the minorities. Like, That's not what this is in this case. This is literally taking control of your creativity, your liberty in developing and making things better, innovating. I mean, whether it's the internet or whether it's your everyday life in your own business or your own household. I mean, this isn't just some purple haired trans man, woman, cisgen, whatever, Elamia, whatever. I don't know. It's it's nothing like that. It's literally to distort your mind to say that there are bad actors on one side and your side is good. Your side isn't good. Their side isn't good. Your side isn't bad. Their side isn't bad. The world is as gray as it ever could be. There are people that do bad things. There are people that do good things. Try to find the goodness in the world.
That's right, man.
So, and that's it. You come at it in this black pill scenario, this clip. So I'm going to let you take it away as we close. But I want to get people to acknowledge that everything on the internet isn't real. In fact, a lot of people would say it's really not real at all. It's all fake and gay and retarded.
You got to just remember, this is open source, right? And like I said, it's a technicality what he's getting at in this video, but it is an open source project that does have real dependency with across the world for different resources utilizations. I mean, even Microsoft uses Linux on their back end. So you think hospitals and stuff like that, they use different things you won't even imagine would use the Linux kernel. And if there is this kind of infighting, it's reckless. It's reckless and it's dangerous because it could really inadvertently affect a lot of people's day-to-day lives without even realizing it, because they were just fighting for control over something that should be just for the betterment of society.
Well, it's just like the old political talking point. It's all about the jobs. I'm here to save your jobs. This right here, with all this infighting and all this code infrastructure being hijacked, I mean, if something were to come about it, talk about the loss of jobs. Let's just put it that way. Let's make it real for all you red-toed conservacucks out there that fall for the political rights talking point of gerbs, you're taking the gerbs. No, this shit like this is real. I mean, if anything were to happen that takes down an entire service, there goes your job.
There's YouTube videos of talking about this right now. I was looking for this video that we just watched, and the last one I saw was like 1 month old.
Mm-hmm.
A month here. Sorry, forgive me. I'm kind of retarded.
Munchausen's.
By proxy?
I don't know, man. I think you just. I don't know. I don't know if it's via proxy. Are you using your children to gain access to narcissistic tendencies of attention seeking for medical purposes?
No, I'm using the camera.
So you're just using yourself to try to seek attention.
No, I'm using you purposes. And a camera. The audience is the people I'm trying to get attention from. Come on, pay attention to me.
The key word here is medical.
I know.
Yeah, Munchausen's is medical. So you're just a narcissist.
Well, what are you gonna do?
Mm-hmm. So where do we go from here? How do we get the word out? Besides just doing this for our 30 people that are gonna watch, which we love you, by the way. Come support us.
I mean, the best thing you can do is just get involved. I'm not going to be able to catch everything, neither you, Zach, or the people that are watching it. But if you're involved, you got a better chance of the word getting out.
Share, like, subscribe, keep sharing, expand, get a talking point that's divergent from all the other talking points out there, because that's how you change things. You change yourself, you change others through changing your perspective, and you have to share everything out there that that you find out, because the truth is there. You may
And
have
just
to
remember,
work for it.
this video is 6 years old. Okay, that was before COVID. Everyone was distracted by COVID. What did they do in that whole time period? Is misdirection.
I see you're not wearing your mask. Put your mask on,
Sorry.
dude. You're gonna catch COVID from that microphone. Or I'm sorry. The mask is actually for their protection.
Yeah.
Put your mask on right now. That microphone is in danger. Put the mask on now.
Yes, sir. Hold on just a second. Hey, there's an old guy out here. Is that kind of
Jesus.
dangerous?
Oh God, that's even more dangerous. We don't want Grandpa to die unalive. Save Grandpa. Get him out of here.
Excuse
Get
me,
him out of
sir.
here.
It's the door. Door's over there. Oh. He's being difficult.
What's he saying?
He's saying he's trying to find the right door. Maybe
We'll
you
go
can hear
help
better
him.
if you. Maybe you can hear better if you share the microphone from the other side of the room. Hold on, just a sec. Sir, yes, sir, over there.
So kind.
For the door.
Such a kind gentleman.
Okay. Hey, what the fuck's wrong with you? That's not the right door.
I was gonna end it right there, but I think we have more to say. He'll be back. So, anything more to say about these false narratives?
He's at the wrong podcast.
Mm.
Oh man, no. I mean, just kind of keep your eye out. Try to learn new things.
That's all that you can do. That is all you can do. And that's the moral of the story. Start your week heavy and get out there and be the best you can be in yourself. And no matter what you're doing, whether it's coding, whether it's gardening, whether it's working in a factory, at a manufacturing facility, I don't care what you do, man. Better yourself, better your family, and because there's always options out there.
Pretty much.
So, speaking of that, he keeps coming back, dude. Oh, Andrew, he's got something bulging from his hip. Don't move. Don't move. I think it's his penis.
He told me not to move, but I moved.
He's reaching for it. Dude. He's unzipping his.
I'm going to have to leave now, but I was sure I came in by that door over there. Hey, man, where's the door to get out of here?
Oh, it's right over there, sir.
Right over where?
The exit sign? It's that door right there.
That red sign?
Yeah, just go right that way.
Okay.
I think it went down the wrong door.
Where am I? Hey, what the fuck's wrong with you? That's not the right door.
Sir, you're gonna want to go to the one with the exit. You went to the door to the side there.
I went to the right doors of where you pointed me to, you fuck.
I pointed you to the exit.
Man, you're fucking with the wrong guy.
I'm sorry.
You see this bulge on my hip? You know what that is?
That's a gun.
That's a Glock. You're fucking with the wrong guy.
Yeah.
Don't ever send me to the wrong